Alright, I want to watch this video. I randomly just saw it. It's called How to Be an Industry Plant the Sabrina Carpenter Way. I honestly hardly even know who Sabrina Carpenter is, besides that one picture where she's between two dudes.
Sabrina Carpenter didn't just blow up overnight. This wasn't some lucky break or random viral moment. This was a long game. Planned, styled, tested, and released in perfect order. The music changed, the face changed, the way she moved, dressed, performed, it all shifted. But the version of Sabrina you see today, she didn't happen by accident. She was made. Sabrina Ann Carpenter was born May 11th, 1999 in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Growing up, she would sing so much around the house, her dad had to build a sound booth in the basement just so she wouldn't bother the neighbors. And by 10, she was already uploading cover songs to YouTube. That same year, she placed third in an online talent contest tied to Miley Cyrus's fan club. It was a small-time win, but it was enough to put her on a casting director's radar. She started getting a few small acting roles, and even an appearance on Law & Order SVU.
I fucking love Law & Order!
She landed Girl Meets World on Disney Channel.
Sabrina, you play best friend?
Yes, I play Maya.
What?
Tell me a little bit about your character and your role.
Maya
Wait, Sabrina Carpenter was from Disney Channel?
is the one that gets everybody into trouble. She's the rebel of the bunch, and...
However, she didn't get the lead role. She played Maya Hart, the wisecracking best friend.
That was her.
But with her undeniable singing skills, Disney still signed her to Hollywood Records and released her debut single, Can't Blame a Girl for Trying.
Can't blame a girl for trying. Oh.
Between 2015 and 2019, she delivered 4 projects: Eyes Wide Open, Evolution,
Why does this guy's voice sound AI?
Singular 1 and 2. They received decent chart positions, but nothing that pushed her into the mainstream pop conversation. By the end of the decade, the resume was solid. A recognizable Disney role, 4 albums, and a loyal core fan base. But still, to most listeners, she was just a familiar face rather than a must-hear voice. You see, something had to be done. She had too much potential to just be another Disney child actor. And this is the moment the industry decided to rebuild her from the ground up.
Do you guys believe in me? Do you guys believe that people are industry plants? Yes, I agree. I 1000% agree. There are industry plants out there. Like real industry plants. 100%. Because the truth is, like even for streaming, bro, there are so many funny people out there. There's so many entertaining people. You don't think you can get some people to become good streamers if they just had a chance? Of course you could. I wish there was a show about it, but it's the truth. There are so many streamers that could be good that just don't ever get a chance. So many singers that never have a chance. I think most of it is bullshit. I'll be honest. I think most of it is industry plants, especially at the top. It's all industry plants.
I was 12 when I signed my first contract.
My name is Sabrina. I'm 10 years old.
I did not
shut
have
up, Sabrina.
contract. Like, I was 12, you know what I mean? All I wanted to do was sing. And I think when you're that young, you have so much faith in the goodness of people. You don't even consider that people could be using you or misguiding you. I never wanted to let anybody down, and I never wanted to disappoint. So there was a lot of
Unless you're Lady Gaga, then you're just talented.
political things I had to say yes to, and songs that were singles that I didn't think were singles, and there was a say in what I wore. If I wasn't as defiant of a young woman as I was, I would have definitely lost myself completely.
You see, there's a moment that arises for every pop star that hits a plateau, especially for child stars who rose to fame on Nickelodeon or Disney Channel.
A lot of young stars have had to find themselves. When you were on stage with Robin Thicke
Fucking
and getting
Miley.
a lot of criticism for twerking. When you look back at that period, what do you see?
You know what I think it is? I understand the business I'm in. I'm in the music industry. I'm in the record business. So when I sign a contract, they're buying, records that they wish to sell. So I understand that I am setting myself up to be.
How old is Miley Cyrus? She's only 32? Damn. Yeah, she smokes? Would that really do that to you? Sear smokes, he looks great.
Become merchandise.
There's this unspoken industry standard that you have to sexify everything to just go to the next level. Even though she's not a child star, even Lady Gaga had to change her persona before being released to the masses.
Stephanie, Gemini.
Is something in the industry called artist development. Sometimes it's as harmless as taking dance and singing lessons. And other times, it's nose jobs, BBLs, and turning all your songs into sex metaphors.
Camaraderie.
In early 2021, Sabrina's Disney deal expires, and she signs with Island Records. The first single under her new label was Skin, which stirred up a lot of controversy as people believed it was a diss track to Olivia Rodrigo.
And you're probably with that blonde girl. Maybe you didn't mean it. Maybe blonde was the only rhyme.
Whether it was intentional or not, it put her in bigger
Ooh, that
headlines
sounded like
than
it was.
any
That
song
sounded
from her
like it was
Disney
a
era.
diss.
But around the same time, fans began swapping side-by-side photos. And whether her facial changes came from surgery or just normal aging, it lined up perfectly with the next phase of her.
Nah, that's 100% a nose job. You don't have a bridge like that. That's such a nose job. That's crazy. Abso-fucking-lutely. 100% it's a nose job.
Brand. Over the next 12 months, she finished what will become her first album.
Chat, you know something fucking crazy, dude? I hang out with some people in LA, and I talk to them about this shit, and they're like, they tell me, like, not to find my wife here. I'm like, all right, like, what does that mean? What does it mean to not find your wife? And the reason why they say don't find your wife here is not necessarily because the people here are fake, because, like, that, I feel like everywhere people are fake. I don't believe it's just LA. It's because their face is fake. It's because they say that if you get a girl here, you don't know what your kid's gonna look like, because they lie. Because they all go to Korea all the time and get surgeries done, and they come back and you don't even know what your kid will look like. And it's true. It is 100% true. I have some friends that have literally shown me what they look like before, and you look at them now and they look completely different. Completely different. Who cares? I care. I completely care. What do you mean, who cares? Wait, so you think that you shouldn't care if you find out that your wife was actually really ugly at one point, right after, like, while you're having a baby? Would you guys not care? I would care, because, like, I'm fucking ugly. So that means that we're not having a good-looking kid. When I was excited that we might have a chance. Now the kid's just gonna be fucking ugly. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to have sex with a woman and then find out we're both fucking ugly. I want the kid to have a shot at least at getting the mom's genes.
Under Island Records. Emails I Can't Send.
Well, Emails I Can't Send marks your 5th studio album.
I had quite a transition in the last 2.5 years. You know, I signed with a new label, and I think also I was just kind of coming into my own as a person.
Critics reviewed it favorably, while fans obsessed over track 9, Nonsense, which would become Sabrina's improvised city outro routine on her tour.
Pink Pony Club.
Pregnant. Happy April Fool's Day.
Island doubles down and books her as an opener for Taylor Swift's Eras tour. The Sabrina bubble was building. Her streams kept rising. The brand was on point. And then it was time to shake up the world. In April of 2024, she dropped Espresso. It debuted at number 7 on the Hot 100 and hit number 1 in the UK. But by the summer of 2024, Sabrina wasn't just that girl from Girl Meets World. She was everywhere. Now she's showing up in fitted designer tops that cinch the waist, thigh-high mini skirts, and sky-high platform heels. She performed a unique branding blend of soft 80s.
She's gonna start an OnlyFans.
Synth sounds mixed with an old Hollywood glam aesthetic.
Sabrina Carpenter is coming to a city near you. The Short and Sweet Tour. With special guests Amore Griff and Declan McKenna.
2 quick brand deals made the shift impossible to miss. First, a lingerie campaign for Rihanna's Savage Fenty. Then, a shapewear shoot for Kim Kardashian's Skims. A digital Vogue cover dropped soon after, and now things are really getting hot. For the Short and Sweet sessions, Island paired Sabrina with 3 proven hitmakers who each fill a different role. First, you got Jack Antonoff.
It's a huge thing that I think about when I'm making music is I don't care how many times I've played this instrument, how do I access that part of me that discovered it for the first time?
The producer, writer behind Taylor Swift's Midnights and many other pop hits as well. He handled...
Hey, chat, I have a question. Do people make their own lyrics? Like, do they make their own lyrics? No. So then what do they do besides just sing? I don't understand. If they don't do their own lyrics, what the fuck do? They just sing. So they gotta be industry plants to get there, right? Like, how the fuck do you, like, what do you fucking do?
roughly half the album, layering bright 80s synth pads and live room percussion that gave the tracks like Please 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 their clean pastel vibe. Ian Kirkpatrick, whose credits include Dua Lipa's New Rules, he brought the punch to tracks like Bedcam. Then you got Amy Allen, songwriter for Harry Styles, Halsey, Lizzo, and many others. She served as the album's main lyric partner.
Take me to the studio when you created that song, and did you guys come from a coffee shop? How did that even come to your mind?
We were in France and just having a great time, and Sabrina is such a good songwriter, and her personality is always like pulling these like new things out of a hat that I'm like, that's so funny. Like, where did that just come from? And she's just a dream to work with.
The result? The album hit #1 on Billboard and went certified platinum. Even her 2022 album, Emails I Can't Send, sneaks back into the Billboard charts. New fans started to find her old work. There was clearly a big budget machine behind her. Stylists, playlist plugs, brand strategists. But it does seem like she's driving the car.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about you?
How much time do we have?
You think there are a lot?
Yeah, I think a misperception is that I don't write my music. I think a lot of people think because I have, a producer and co-writers that I love that I'm sitting in the room on my phone not writing songs.
By the time Short and Sweet hit its full stride, Sabrina's live show was every bit as calculated as the rollout. But the same elements that kept her name trending also opened up a new line of criticism. The conversation intensified as videos surfaced.
She's clip farming.
Surfaced of her Bedcam outro. Backlit curtains showed a dancer lifting Sabrina's legs and mimicking foreplay. There was massive outrage about how she...
I like how they don't hate on her, but they hate on my boy Aiden Ross for showing porn.
Still had Disney Kids fans that were attending her shows while she leaned into her sexually suggestive performances. And Sabrina seems fully aware of what she's getting herself into.
I think over the last year, I've heard from a lot of people like, wow, like she's just like the horniest girl alive, because sometimes in my songs I say some crazy things on stage. But I'm actually a very normal amount of horny, and also just, a lot of it is because I'm able to kind of have fun and play, and, when I'm doing these live shows,
so it's just
a matter of not taking things too seriously.
Some people call Sabrina an industry plant, which is kind of subjective, but Sabrina's been in the industry for over 10 years, so that doesn't really apply here.
I'm just one of those artists that it took a few tries, and I don't even think of it as it took a few tries to be good or to be successful. I just think maybe for people to understand it and catch on.
But what Sabrina does next starts an even bigger conversation. You see, to promote her new album, she posted one picture and set the internet on fire.
Sabrina Carpenter just posted a cover photo of her upcoming album, Man's Best Friend, where she's on all fours next to a man who has her by the hair. Now, some people sent unhappy responses, writing, "This is sending us back 5
Yo, that's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of hot.
decades.
The feminists did not like this one. Women's advocacy groups called the image regressive and male-centered, arguing it glamour.
Male-centered? He's halfway and out of the photo. What are you talking about, male-centered? He's perfectly fine.
Rises submission and sets feminism back a decade. And then you had others that were on her side saying that shaming a woman's marketing is its own brand of misogyny.
We are all born sexual creatures, thank God.
Like, wait a minute. So are these people gonna get pissed off at every girl that does OnlyFans? Because you gotta get mad at all of them if you're gonna get mad at this. Like, you gotta get mad at literally everybody who does basically any kind of sex work online if you're gonna get pissed at this.
It's a pity so many people
Or is that just empowering women?
and crush this natural beauty.
This is absolute gold for Sabrina and the record labels. They got the attention of the young Disney fans. They got the attention of the girl power movement and women who want to support sexual freedom. They got the attention of men, because you know how we are. Me see boobies, me like boobies. We're simple. And now they started a culture war debate between the feminists and the anti-feminists.
That's that me espresso.
The plan is too big to fail. And at this point, it's hard to see who's pulling the puppet strings.
I met Sabrina Carpenter a couple of times, and every time I see her, I have the urge to tell her, ask her if she's okay. Like, are you doing good? Like, are you getting enough sleep? Because I'll see her, she's like performing in Ireland, and then the next day she's doing like a show in Kansas, and I'm like, I don't know how that could be physically okay, you know, because I was in that situation. So, you know, I know what it feels like to fry yourself.
The espresso is still hot, still fresh. But we've already seen how this story goes with other stars who regret the facade that they had to put up just to stay in the spotlight. If you want to see what happens when it all falls apart, watch this video on the screen next where I dive into what happened to Katy Perry. Until next time, peace.
What happened to Katy Perry, bro? She just got old. I mean, isn't that basically it? Like, she just got old. She's like 35 and has kids. There's not much there. Oh yeah, she went to space. No, she's killed it. Where do you find these incel-coded videos? I mean, it's all over my feed, man, as you can clearly tell.